trying to see what faces I can make.
See what one thing you want to do. Good to go.
Maybe not. Here we go.
We should wear costumes.
Ooh, I want to be Captain America.
Well, how about Star Wars instead?
This costume is muffling my voice.
Who are you? Batman.
I was thinking Iron Man. Welcome to Brews Before Brows. I'm Victoria, and today we are going with a Joker look. I'm a huge fan of Batman, and I think we're going to try to involve a lot of our Batman villains into our series coming in the next few months. Stay tuned for a different take on Harley Quinn coming next. Today we've got some Ninja vs. Unicorn. This is a double IPA pale ale, and it's so good. Have a beer when you're watching this. I have used 4 or 5 different drugstore brands for easy Halloween looks. One thing I will say that makes a big difference is as you're spraying, to dry it. So I'm gonna do these little like ombre at the bottom here. Real nice and green. Always blow dry. Otherwise you'll get paint all over yourself. I like how many versions of the Joker there are now that you can kind of have a bit of fun. If you're not gonna have the prosthetics, which I don't have those currently, always have it set on cool. The Joker has a bit of a tired looking, punched in the eye look. So I'm gonna go into this MAC makeup palette and I'm gonna grab a little bit of this red. I'm gonna kind of plan out, like maybe right here is where I'm gonna go up to. For a little DIY Halloween night, especially in times of quarantine. You're just having a bit of fun. I'm gonna stay in the same palette and I'm just gonna pack on this black. And then I'm gonna blend them together. So see, it looks a little bit like, almost like Winter Soldier. So I will get one of these little like spoolie brushes. So we go with the concealer. I really like NYX. They have a great line of pro makeup that is really affordable and it's all cruelty free. Yeah, he likes cruelty, but he doesn't really seem to be cruel to animals.
Hey,
he's
a good guy.
He's just cruel to people.
Most things considered.
This is Dermablend's loose powder. I love this stuff, and I'm gonna pat this into my eyebrows. It's a little orange from Bobbi Brown. I'm not gonna take a ton of this, but this can help a little bit to maximize hiding your eyebrows. And once it's nice and saturated, I'm gonna go back in with packed powder. I'm gonna use my Bare Minerals packed powder, and then I'll go back in again with a little bit of the loose powder. So a game my brother and I like to play. How red am I from the beer?
How red can you get?
How red can you get? Sometimes I'll be like, I'm totally fine. And they'll just be like, I see a little bit of a flush there on your neck. For my foundation face, I'm gonna be going with IT Cosmetics. They have a fair color, it's not white. I'm gonna use a beauty blender to put on this foundation color. This is damp, so it really won't absorb as much of the makeup. Yeah, they had like a whole process that I read about for Margot Robbie to be Harley Quinn, that they essentially paint her entire body and bleach her skin every day to make her pale enough. Oh man, that is pale. So now I'm gonna do some concealer. This is the lightest concealer I could find from NYX as well. Just in certain areas where I might get a bit darker or I have a bit of pink showing through. That's how we do. I really want to set this white, and I'm going to use that translucent powder again to set it and press it. Now I'm going to take a little bit more of those original colors that I was using for the eyeshadow. And actually doing that face really helps, because then when I go like this, it looks like it's actually a shadow. So it'll match up with the actual dimples. If it's a little too dark, you can take a slightly larger brush. Yeah, you put smile lines so it looks like you're smiling all the time. Wait,
I think
is that a
that's
Joker
what the Joker
thing?
did.
Yeah, we use like an eyebrow brush. Now I'm gonna contour using a really ashy color. So if you use a really warm tone, it's gonna look like bronzer, which is not what we wanna go for. So this is Ben Nye. This one's a bit ashier, and this is how we're gonna start our contour, and then I'll use a tiny bit of black. Then you're gonna take a nice big fluffy brush and blend. The trick with blending is little circles, mini circles along the line you've already created, and then you can do really light swipes, but I'm not pressing in really hard. I don't want it to look like makeup. I want it to look like my cheekbones actually have these lines. We gonna do some tattoos now.
Tattoos.
That wasn't cute. Liquid liners are great for certain types of tattoos, but a gel liner will also be really great so you don't run out of ink at the very, very tip of your liquid liner. This is NYX Professional Makeup Jet Black Gel Liner. Eyeliner brush from Makeup Forever. When you're putting a tattoo on yourself, you have to remember that you are going to be drawing backwards so that people can read it. Correct? If you're looking at my face. A J would go this way? No, J would go this way. Okay, see? That's why we check. Always good to have some reference photos to help you out. And you sort of do like a map with a little bit less ink than you normally would. You can always go with the liquid liner on top to give it a really nice bold look. So then if I want to do some extra detailing on it, I'll take a really tiny liquid liner. This is also NYX. That's the point.
Nice.
There we go. Now we're going to do our damaged. I'm going to use the gel, D-A-M-A-G-E-D. D-A-M-A. D goes there?
Yes.
Damaged? Okay. I don't remember how to spell backwards. And now I go in and I fix it a little bit. That'll work. Now I'm gonna do some fun little scars. The big thing with scars, you can do a black center, then you gotta kind of fade around it with a little bit of like a red color. And a tiny bit of that mustard color, and just do a little bit next to my scars. Pushing it a little bit around so it kind of has a little bit of a fuzzy edge. Something fluffier, and just do a couple of gentle swipes, very, very pale, very lightly, and extend that line a little bit up and a little bit down. And that'll give it a slightly more natural looking edge to it. Lastly, we're gonna go in with some lip color. This is Lime Crime Bloodmoon. Just a nice maroon, dark red. This is a liquid lipstick that dries matte. You don't really need a liner for it. You can just keep kind of building on it. It's the first thing that goes from drinking, I think, is
Accuracy.
fine line accuracy. You can even give it a bit of dynamic fade. Brighter red right in the middle. Voila! So there is your non-special effect, non-prosthetic, simple, at-home makeup Joker look. A couple things you can grab at the drugstore, a couple things you can grab at a NYX or Sephora, but generally this look is pretty cheap, so it's not gonna break your bank.